Welcome back. You've made it to day 5. And today we're going to look at Genesis chapters 8 and 9, and then we're going to jump to a psalm, specifically Psalm 12. Well, here we see the end of Noah's journey in the ark. And we also see the beginning of God's new promises to humanity through Noah's family. You'll notice if you read carefully chapter 18, beginning at verse 15, and going through the first 7 verses of chapter 9, that they echo in a lot of ways the events that occurred in the first 3 chapters of Genesis already. So we're seeing a repetition and a cycle and a pattern that will occur over and over again throughout Scripture. So, what do these echoes, these patterns, have to say to us? Well, it tells us that we are slow in learning. Later on, God will call us a stiff-necked people, one of my favorite descriptions of how we can be stubborn in the face of God's unending grace and love for us. But God also offers something special here, a covenant. A covenant with God is often at the heart of the stories in the Old Testament. It's basically an agreement between 2 parties. God establishes a covenant, here with Noah, in which he promises that he will never again destroy the earth by flood. Later, there will be other covenants with Abraham and other leaders throughout the Old Testament. And the covenant stated that if the people kept God's law, that God would be their God and they would be God's people. The fact of the matter is that in all of these covenants, here with Noah and with the ones that we will see in Scripture that we have yet to read, God is always faithful. God is always keeps up God's side of the covenant, regardless of how we fail over and over again. What a joy it is to know that at least one side of the covenant will always be kept. And then in Psalm 12, we have opportunity to worship God. And I hope that you'll take time to not just read it for reading's sake, but also to reflect on its words, to think about how God helps those who are burdened and provides safe place. And perhaps you are encountering some hurt by wickedness in the world. Take this opportunity to cry out to God in your own worship, in your own way, knowing that God is there, listens, and cares for you, even now.